What's going on? It's the dog Art Man Boxing, and we're back with another boxing conversation. Shout out to all the supporters. Shout out to all the people that rock with Art Man Boxing. Shout out to everybody who shopped at artmanapparel.com. Um, man, I got a little bit of free time, so I wanted to talk about boxing for a little bit, the future of boxing. Because, we got our brother Keyshawn Davis fighting very soon, and we got our brother Shakur Stevenson fighting really soon. Man, I think it's what, March? March 19th is when Keyshawn Davis fights on the undercard. I don't know who he's fighting, but I know he's gonna watch the dude. Top Rank, they do that. They put guys in a situation where the first couple fights are easy touches as pros. But my thing is, I honestly believe that these guys are ready to go right now. You know what I'm saying? I think they're ready right now. Why wait? Why wait? Why wait? Seriously, why wait? You got one of the best fighters in the game, talented Olympians. Even though they didn't win the gold medal, it don't matter. This is the pro game. You got some real killers, Bob Arum, Top Rank. So you need to fast track him the same way you fast track Lomachenko. Give him a title shot early. Early. Real shit. Said, but salute Art Man. Salute to you guys. Davis is fighting Esteban Sanchez. I don't know who that is. Is he good? Is he good? That's what I want to know. I want to know if he's going to last a little bit longer than I expect. But what's going on with the D Hive?
What's cracking?
Shit, not much, dude. I'm tired of talking about these other characters. So I'm trying to see what's popping with Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson because I know they got some fights coming up. We need to talk about them
I
and
mean,
focus
this
on these guys.
this Esteban dude is not terrible. He's 18-1. I mean, he only got 8 knockouts, but ain't no certified is gonna get in there with Keyshawn if they're trying to get their career developed because they just gonna get broke off. So they ain't getting ready to get him nobody, no marquee opponents because they all trying to build themselves. You see what I put on Twitter about Omar Rosario? I was like, "What's up with him? How come Top Rank ain't feeding him?" And people were like, "Oh, they trying to build him up to be somebody." I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's whatever. He'll get his at some point."
building him up to be somebody that says Keyshawn Davis doesn't deserve a fight.
I hope they just building him up to be some food. I hope they're not really trying to make something out of him because he ain't no fucking world beater.
But I was really thinking about it last night. Like, yo, Top Rank really got some killers, man. They got Isley, they got Keyshawn Davis, they got Duke, they got Jared Anderson, they got Shakur Stevenson.
I'm not super sold on Isley quite yet.
Not just yet.
Nah, like I feel like in a situation like that, if they put him in there with like Jaime Munguia, some shit might go left.
Really?
Cause you saw his last fight. I mean, come on, dude, that dude was a fucking punching bag just sitting there, and he was over there playing with him, couldn't finish him off. Dude wasn't even throwing back. I was like, yeah, all right, like
Ah, yeah, I see.
yeah, I was like, nah, I don't know about all that. And
It's
and
different in the
honestly,
programs.
yeah, and honestly, I feel the same about Jared Anderson. Based on what I've seen, Jared Anderson is just big right now. And until he showed me some separation, I'm gonna kind of keep a chill on him. But like for example, if we put Jared Anderson in there with Joe Joyce right now, I don't know how that shit will go.
I don't know, right?
Right,
What you think about Jared Anderson versus Daniel Dubois, though?
that's a good fight. I think.
It's
Shit,
not a guarantee, though.
no, it's not guaranteed, but I think Jared Anderson. I mean, because Daniel Dubois, despite him like having the heart of a child, he's still a big motherfucker. Like he's still big as hell. So.
Said Omar Rosario ain't really terribly impressive to me.
That's what I'm saying. He's not gonna do no damage. They need to just grease him up and feed his ass to Keyshawn. That's why I put it. And then people are like, oh, they still trying to build him up to stuff him up to feed him to Keyshawn. I'm like, okay, that's fine. As long as he's a victim at some point, a sacrifice. Oh, what's up, Julius?
Julius.
Oh shit, he at the game or some shit.
Yeah, I think he had the game.
yeah, he had a game or some shit.
Yeah, it's a game going on over here in Minnesota. A fucking hockey game.
Oh, okay.
But
So
shit,
Jay, I don't think Joyce would break him. I just think he might decision him. I don't think Joe Joyce is gonna slaughter him. I think he's just gonna outbox him.
what's his name? Jared Anderson's fast though.
He is. He's fast. He's defensively responsible. But we gotta look at the people he's been fighting. He's been fighting Boo Boo. he's been
That's
fighting. He's been fighting Booty. So that's what I'm saying. They got to step him up some. Get him like a that the shit. If Derek Chisora wants so much work, break him off Jared Anderson. You talking that shit?
He
Hey,
trying to get his ass
what's
whooped for
good,
free.
fella?
What's up, Julius?
Yeah, Joe Joyce will knock Jared out. They fight, man.
Oh
Wrong
shit!
guy to play with. Your first step up.
Damn, he said knocked out. Damn.
Knocked out. Yes, sir. No doubt about it. And let me say this: Jared would be winning rounds, but he'll get broke down. That's a hard man to fight.
You think he'll get
Slow as
tired?
molasses, but he can punch.
Yeah, that's a situation. That's the situation where Jared Anderson would just have to jump on him and stop the fight early. I think that Joyce would decision him.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Joyce will
Jared.
fuck around and have Jared Anderson's face looking totally different at the end of the fight.
Yeah, because
Because them
Dubois.
punches is slow, but them motherfuckers hurt. They bang, man.
Well, the one thing that's fast about him is his jab.
I thought I was gonna be able to come on and talk, but man, it's entirely too loud up in here, man. I'm gonna have to freak out.
All right.
All right, for sure. You have a good one.
All right, man.
But no, yeah, I mean, Slow Joyce is very slow, but that jab is quick. Like Dubois was in there bullshitting. He had to learn the hard way. He had to quit because his little eye swelled up. But
He felt that shit.
yeah. But Spo J, one of those dudes you hear a lot in the gym. I haven't heard a lot of gym stories about Anderson, but he's shown that he has some abilities. Just
I mean, I heard a
tested.
very important story about him.
Oh yeah, because he got over on Tyson Fury. That's not. I mean, shit. Deontay Wilder got over on Tyson Fury bad. He just didn't get the knockout. The ref just didn't rule it.
I know.
Yo,
What's up, Crab?
happy Sunday.
Yep, happy Sunday.
Bro, I was laughing my ass off from last night.
Oh, fucking Martinez and Choco
Yeah.
Taco. Lord.
Yeah, I was laughing
Dude,
so
I
hard.
was like, what the fuck am I watching? This guy
Bro.
is literally dropping his hands right in front of him and just eating punches.
Yeah, I made a bad pick. I assume I just thought that because of his speed and youth, he would be able to do something. And keep in mind, he was actually rocking Chocolatito. He just couldn't capitalize because he's a dummy. And then halfway through the fight, he was whining about his fucking hands hurt. My hands hurt. The fuck? Oh my goodness.
I mean, that just already shows.
So how that fight go? It looked competitive for the first round, and then it just turned into just like a guy. It looked like a veteran fighting an amateur. Not even. I don't even know, dude.
No, just
I'm gonna
like
keep it 100. That guy is fucking. He sucked, dude. He fucking sucks, man.
Martina.
Martinez
not-
is fucking
Yeah,
garbage.
Martina
man.
fights like a fucking, hood rat street fighter.
He better
He
not
looked like a
ever.
fucking pinata getting punched on.
He
Bruh,
better not
if he-
ever leave his fucking division. He better stay his ass where he at,
fucks
bro.
around- if he fucks around and fight anybody from like 118 to like 126, he gets like literally brutalized.
Chocolatito get slaughtered too. They were talking about making some damn Chocolatito v Inoue. I'm like, dude, Inoue will kill him.
Dude, that's what I was saying. Like, this is the guy. Okay,
down.
5 pounds. 3 pounds under. Shit, put up the 3 pounds and fight a Nui. What's gonna happen?
Inoue will
Nui gonna
fucking
stop his ass.
I'm down.
demolish dude. It wouldn't even be competitive.
I'm down to see that fight.
I'm not. It should be over in 4. He just give him a quick uppercut, quick body shot, out of there, finish. Chocolatito over with.
Yo,
I mean,
people
unless
people are
Theo
upset with
doesn't
me. People are
unify,
upset with me saying I'm slandering Chocolatito or whatever. I, it's like this, my guy. When you say somebody is the best fighter in the world, that's just gonna get challenged. It's gonna get challenged. Unless you're a guy like Floyd Mayweather was like, damn, okay, goddamn, you put him in there with everybody and he's outclassing them. Then it's a difference, man. But this guy's like, somebody said that Chocolatito is one of the top three best fighters he's seen in the last 15 years. He's a
And
good
that's
fighter, but I don't know about that.
and that's the good thing about boxing. Boxing is incredibly subjective. I have to keep reminding people about that. The people who decide who wins a boxing match if it doesn't end in a knockout, most of those people have never been professional boxers. And what are they going off of? Based on nothing but what they've seen. Because they don't have all the punch statistics completely tallied up, off
Right
the
there,
top.
give it to them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, they're going based off of what they've seen. Now, I like I said on Twitter, I think Chocolatito is basically like the Beatles. People like a lot of people don't like the fucking Beatles. A lot of people don't like the fucking Beatles. They don't think they sound good, but they'll never admit it because if they do admit it, people will call them a philistine. They'll say you don't know culture, you're not a real fan of music, da 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 da. When the reality is, it all just comes down to taste. You'll never go around people say, "Oh, the Beatles suck ass," because they'll be like, "Oh my god, they were iconic." Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that's fine, but that was the only music available that was like really hot at that time. So that's what I think Chocolatito is. Chocolatito is somebody where people who aren't like hardcore can say they're hardcore by referencing his name, and if you don't like him, you're not a real boxing fan. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I spend my goddamn money on boxing. I'm a legitimate boxing fan. And with all due respect,
Exactly.
yeah, and with all due respect, unfortunately, the reality is Chocolatito is not some super name because he got fucking all he got belts in the four lowest divisions in boxing that no one watches. Like, get over that shit. Go cash up him some bread. He probably needs that shit. Ain't nobody trying to watch that.
But and I say, you know what? Let me not even go like that on these guys because if I do, they're gonna say, "Oh, Art Man's just hating on everybody. Art Man's bullying everybody." But
You're
it's like,
racist
yeah,
against
but
Nicaraguans.
I'm like, y'all see how it is? You see how it is when somebody constantly tell you that your fighter is this, and that, right? Y'all don't like that shit, huh? Then why the fuck do y'all continue to undermine guys like Charlo, Andre, Haney, and think that shit's just gonna fly? You can't tell me that Haney and Tank suck, but the guy Chocolatito who got stopped by a guy who eats rice is the GOAT, stylistically.
Yeah, and the worst part is that a lot of these dudes they haven't been following Chocolatito career like that. Yeah, I understand he's a dude that fought on HBO, cool. But before Brian Valoria, you literally have to Google that shit. You gotta Google his first like 40 fucking wins. Y'all weren't watching him at no fucking minimum weight. Like motherfucker trying to ask me who are the best fighters between 105 and 115. Like nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares.
they got to get rid of those fucking weight classes.
Said, yo, sup, Art
Gotta,
Man. You got some salty Fury fangirls got me banned from Twitter for 7 days. Yeah, they always
Damn.
banning motherfuckers.
I didn't think people who gave a shit about Fury were that salty. Jesus.
Fury fanboys are fucking weird.
Said Tank Davis is the best fighter in the world. Look, I'm gonna keep it
Yeah.
100. It's like this. I honestly feel like some of these fans, they really don't have that many, people that represent where they come from. That's world level. So when they get one, they try to hold on to it real tight and tell us that we're wrong about this person and this person can be whatever. And I posted it today on Twitter. I said, man, I will feel a certain type of way if my country only had one pound for pound fighter.
I asked an important question on Twitter and nobody got back to me. Did you see it?
What?
I said, so y'all saying Chocolatito better than Canelo? Didn't nobody say shit.
Didn't say shit.
And I'm like, that's why y'all need to shut the fuck up sometimes. You're running your
Seriously.
goddamn You're running your goddamn mouth. You're talking all this big shit about these people, and it goes back to just what you said. People want to be represented, and that's cool. But say that because I asked one question and no one touched it. And I'm like, exactly. Y'all look stupid. You talking all this shit. Oh, okay. So is y'all saying Canelo's the best fighter in the world? Chocolatito fights with this fucking the champion from a weight class below him. Oh, Chocolatito's the greatest of the generation. Okay, so Chocolatito better than Canelo? Exactly. Be quiet. Be quiet.
I don't even
But
see
you're
how
slandering.
that's
You
it.
guys are slandering. We're slandering because we bring that shit up. It's like, dude, you can't run around and say somebody's the best, and then when you start asking questions, like, hold on, what makes this man the best again? Seriously. But I'm gonna keep it 100, man. Boxing, the way boxing is going right now, it shit just sounded real weird, and I don't like it, dude. This whole Canelo effect, man. I don't know if you've seen, but I posted a clip today of Mayweather at the press conference with him and Canelo Alvarez when they're
Yeah.
about to fight. And
Yeah.
Mayweather was basically like, hey, man, y'all built this guy up. When y'all build him up, I just got to knock him down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, you see that type of mentality? Hold on, let me see if I can play this shit right here. Hold on 1 second.
It was funny. He
One
was like,
second.
he's
Yeah,
like, y'all might as well call me the golden boy because I done beat everybody on your whole squad.
facts. Hold on.
Hell yeah.
Every time they get a guy, they build him up. And you know what I do?
Knock him down.
And it's so crazy that Canelo is such a big star, but he's never been on pay-per-view unless he was on my undercard.
You know what I'm saying? Look, and it's like this. It's like this. That mentality of, okay, this is who the people want me to fight, and this is who I'm fighting. And watch how I knock them back down. Didn't the fans pressure Mayweather to fighting Canelo Alvarez prematurely?
Pressure. People said Mayweather was ducking. People said
They
he
said
was
that man was
ducking,
ducking.
and Mayweather hadn't even
Canelo
heard of
Alvarez.
this nigga. Mayweather was like, "Who?
Who?
Like, who the fuck is this?" He's like,
The guy that's on my hold on. The guy that's on my undercard is calling me out. Since when?
He was like, "This the nigga y'all been feeding my leftovers to stack the cards up because don't nobody want to fight." Oh, okay, all right, let's see. And then he'll check this
Bye.
resume. And was like, "God damn, can you fight some damn body? Can you fight Trout at least?" He was like, "Shit, we need to be able to sell
And
the
then he
fight."
saw how he fought Trout. He was like, all right, shit, I'm gonna take this nigga to school. Man, I swear I watched that whole epilogue. I need to watch that shit again. I'll just show my baby mama that shit so we can watch it. Because she be wondering too, like, who is this Canelo guy that everybody be talking about or whatever? And I had to explain to her, like, yeah, yo, this is this guy that they say is the next Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Which sounds crazy. But yeah, the fact that Canelo's telling Charlo and Andre and everybody, Morel and all, that they have to fight each other while he gets to fight who he wants is bullshit because Mayweather didn't get the luxury of turning down guys like Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Because
not at
if he
all.
did, you know what they're gonna say. They even say that that Floyd Mayweather aged out Manny Pacquiao,
Which is crazy because Floyd Mayweather's older than
which
Pacquiao.
is older than him, which is fucking stupid.
So I found it funny how after Canelo became undisputed, motherfuckers talking about, "Oh yeah, Mayweather needs to fight him now." I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Bro, he's like 45." I was like, "What you gonna say if he whoops his ass again? What you gonna say?" Like, it's just dumb, bro.
They talking about all this A side. I said, man, if Canelo was to fight Floyd right now, you know Canelo had to drop down to whatever weight class Floyd want to fight him at, because he's still the A side, nigga. What the fuck you talking
Yeah,
about?
Floyd did fucking like a million plus pay per view with one of the damn Paul brothers. People are more interested in Floyd's retirement shenanigans than they are prime Canelo.
Shit, I want to see Floyd Mayweather fight 50 Cent.
Oh my god, I don't want to see that bullshit. 50
Hell
Cent
no.
get in there, get destroyed. It's just a fucking idiot. But let me see what we're talking about. He Adri Pineda Ottery Pennant, the WBC Bridgeweight division is a bad idea for boxing. Okay, I mean that's a perspective you can have. I personally enjoyed the fight between Oscar Rivas and that German dude that looked like Ivan Drago that he
I
fought.
didn't watch that shit.
It was actually a really good fight. It was a really good fight. Y'all
Yeah, that
kind of
was a
missed
good
out.
fight.
D-Hop be in the crates watching all that shit.
Yeah, dude, in my spare time, I've been watching all kinds of weird boxing. But let me tell you this, Ottery Pennant, you want to show what's a waste of time and a waste of money? From between minimum weight and fucking minimum weight and fucking like super bantam, or no bantam. Everything below 118 should be fucking abolished. No fucking human male should weigh 105 pounds. What the fuck are you, a midget? Like, get out of here. Like that's dumb. Like those divisions are a waste of fucking time. 105, 108. Like get the fuck out of here. And
They
if
be
you
like,
want,
oh, they're 4 division champions. Yeah, because he started off at 99, went up to 105,
yeah,
113.
and especially if they're fucking juicing down there and to cut that weight. That's probably why Julio Cesar Martinez is in the situation that he's in because he's using that clenbuterol to keep his weight low. Because we see what happens when he goes up in weight, he gets his ass beat. So but yeah, I think those divisions should be consolidated, at least some, because some of them are separated by like 3
That's
fucking
one
pounds.
thing I noticed last night about Martinez is that when he it's like he was hitting Chocolate and he was expecting him to be hurt so he can capitalize like he always do, like get guys rocked and just start jumping on them. He couldn't do that with Chocolate.
No, I mean Chocolatito just gave him a steady diet of punches to take. He wasn't allowing him to set anything up. He kept the jab flowing. He kept the uppercuts flowing on the inside. When he was just sitting there looking at him, he took advantage. He just did more. He was far more active.
That straight left to the body is what he should have banked on all fucking night, man. He could have stopped Buddy if he fucking would have kept on working the body. And that's what I like about Keyshawn Davis. Because Keyshawn Davis, you think he gonna stop his next opponent?
Probably. I mean, there's someone in there for him to look good against. Like I said, he is 18.
He's
I want to see him
18.
play
He's,
Mark
no,
Castro.
I was gonna say he's 18-1. Sorry, I was.
I was about to say, hell no, that nigga ain't no damn 18.
No. He's 18-1. So it's definitely somebody. It's definitely somebody where he can shine against. He'll probably get another stoppage because he's not known for really doing any damage. They're ranking him up appropriately though. Like when I saw Suleiman Sissoko fight on the DAZN card, they put him in there as someone that was like 19-0 and 19 knockouts. I was like, God damn, that's pretty. That's a hell of a puncture for that early. And as y'all saw, he got knocked down. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say in regards to the weight classes being consolidated, I think that should be the same for the women's divisions too.
Oh, their weight classes need to be consolidated.
Yeah. Like get rid of fucking atom weight, minimum weight, and I'd say stop at like bantamweight.
Well, I mean, some women could actually make those, but I understand your point. I'm just talking about as far as fanfare. I think they could capitalize on a lot of the market share that those people are missing out on. And I understand that all of a sudden people care about representation. Oh, but the East Asian countries dominate. I'm like they can eat a little bit and get their weight up some. That's not that goddamn deep.
Yeah, it's not that hard. But
Yeah,
the reason
like-
why that I want to say that,
Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
the reason why that I want to see that is because certain fighters like Sanisa Estrada, she's not even supposed to fight at at 105 pounds. Like naturally, like by her frame, she should at least be a bantamweight or like a super bantamweight. But for some weird reason, she's able to make 105. And
I mean, she makes it. She fucking makes it. I mean, it is what it is.
yeah,
Okay. Spoj, oh shit, Spoj. I don't know who the fuck said that dumb shit. I hadn't even heard about it until Keyshawn posted it on Twitter and fucking Artman tagged me. I was like, wait, what? People were actually talking about this match? Like that shit don't make no sense. That's one of those fights that's always gonna be a mismatch. It's gonna be a mismatch now, and it's gonna be a mismatch years in the future. Like it's Mark Castro getting all this promo in like his fifth fight. I'm like, bro, get this nigga out of here. Who the fuck is this? Some weird dude from Fresno who looks like Elon Musk. Get that weak shit up out of here, bro. I don't know who the fuck thought about matching him. That's some stupid shit.
Yeah.
But do you guys notice the pattern though with boxing? It's like these guys are getting hyped up with less than 20 fights.
Yeah, and then they always end up getting exposed. They always end up getting exposed. Like fucking Gabriel.
And the guys
Davis,
they tell us not to look at end up being the fucking cold ones, like Keyshawn Davis.
I always say anybody that struggles to get fights is probably the truth. That's what I say. We can go back to Floyd. We can go back to fucking Hagler. We can go back to all these people that struggled like ass, that struggled like crazy to get fights.
This
Anybody who struggles to get fights is probably the real deal. That's just
Nigga,
how I'm
Hagler
going.
had to get white folks involved to get his goddamn white politicians to get his damn fight, his middleweight title fight.
That's what I'm saying. Anybody
That
who
is
struggles,
nuts.
anybody who struggles to get fights is probably the truth. Ali was put on the shelf. Hagler got put on the shelf. Rigondeaux got put on the shelf. They trying to shelf Devin Haney, Rashidi Ellis on the shelf. Anybody struggling to get fights is probably the truth.
Max
'Cause
says, what do y'all think about Xander Zayas?
I like Xander Zayas. He's active.
He's good. We gotta see more. We gotta see more because
I was also gonna
he's
say,
on top rank. I don't even know any 154 on top rank he could fight. That's
Well, no,
a thing.
he's been doing some damage. I mean, he fought Carpence. He is known from a boxing family. He's solid, but yeah, we gotta see him in there because right now he should be somewhere. He should be in contender status, and with a few more fights, he should be in title contention. So once the current crop either retire or move up, we can see him in action.
I see Tim Zoo versus Xander Zayas. What's up?
Oh shit, that's
I
a
was
lot.
gonna say like another fighter that's being frozen out on the shelf is that Golden Boy fighter Luis Feliciano.
I'm not
Yeah,
even
that's how you
sure.
know he really on the shelf. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is either. I mean, Blair Cobbs is on the shelf, but now he fighting Roca. So
Who?
Rocha. Yeah,
Oh,
so,
Alexis Roca.
yeah,
I'd
Roca.
rather
There we
see
go.
fucking Blair Cobbs versus Boots Ennis.
that 2-round fight.
Yeah,
But I like
um,
that type of shit though. I like niggas who's confident in their abilities.
uh,
Even if everybody feel like they gonna lose, because what if they come and show out?
I mean, he can do some damage, just not the boost. That's what I'm saying. Like, he can beat people, just
Look,
not boost.
I remember Sean Porter versus Errol Spence Jr. I'm telling you, I was in the Facebook group, man. They were saying Sean Porter gonna get slept. He really lost to Ugas. If he did this to Ugas, he really gonna get slept. Blah 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 blah. All that shit, nigga. He got in that fight. It looked like a totally different fight than what people were saying in the Facebook groups. I tell you that.
Oh
And that's what I
Lord,
like. I like when people, the underdogs, show up.
here we go
Some
talking about the
Kakarot
amateurs.
shit.
Here we go talking about the amateurs. Talking about Castro beat Davis before the pros. Okay,
Who
and
said
Ryan
that?
and Ryan Garcia beat Haney before the pros.
Charlie Sheehy beat Ryan Garcia in the amateurs, but
And,
no one
and,
doesn't give two shits about him.
and now motherfuckers is on hush mode. Motherfuckers on hush mode. All he do, he was the mandatory. He ain't want it. So that's why I don't even like talking about the fucking amateurs. Because what's the point of having all these amateur credentials? You get to the pros and you all bitch.
Also,
Don't make no sense.
also, I believe Brian Palaco, he beat Xander
What's up, Jeff
Zayas
Smith?
in the amateurs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's why I don't even do that. But Blair Cobb's a poor man's Ryan Garcia. Yeah, their situations are a little bit different because Ryan Garcia is actively being given a lot of opportunity, and he is not capitalizing on any of the talent and resources that he has. Whereas Blair Cobbs doesn't have anything behind him. He doesn't have any fucking support. So, do I think that they might have the same career trajectory? Not particularly, because Ryan Garcia will probably be matched better, and Blair Cobbs has been, dropped by fucking nobody and almost stopped, to be honest. But they both have potential they need to capitalize on. But Ryan Garcia is actively pissing away his career, whereas Blair Cobbs just got a late start and hasn't really made the proper moves. Blair Cobbs is like 31 and only have 15 fights. Like he's not moving nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Ray,
really.
Yeah, it's funny because Ray Robinson and Ugas both beat Crawford in the amateurs, but Ugas knocked Ray Robinson ass smooth out. That shit crazy. I don't think Ryan Garcia wants to have a long boxing career either, Spoj. I don't think he does. I don't think he wants to have a long career either. I think he wants to build himself up to make money from plenty of other places, so he can just stop boxing altogether. And I don't know why he just doesn't do that now. Like he can go be a model, he can go be an actor. Like just go do that shit, my boy. Like I don't even know why you're wasting time over here. It's not that serious.
I mean, Ryan Garcia is already sponsored by like Gatorade and like big ass companies. So it's like at that point, like you don't need to do anything. So.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like I only talk about Ryan Garcia because he's in boxing. The moment he leaves boxing, I'm not gonna talk about him no more. I don't know why the fuck he just doesn't leave. But yeah, that's one of the problems where the amateur hype because the shit is usually different in the pros. The shit usually don't work out like that.
Yeah, like it's like the same deal with that one female fighter. Well, I'll even use like that recent female fighter that I was looking forward to seeing. I think her name is Sky Nicholson, and
Oh, she just had her debut.
yeah, like I don't know, I don't know if you saw her fight against Jessica Juarez, but she didn't look like that impressive. She looked very scared, and she just kept everything on the outside. And I mean, Jessica wasn't, implementing her style properly, but Sky Nicholson just showed, a lot of flaws coming into that, like, fight. So
Well, that's her debut. I'm not gonna hold that against her. I'm gonna wait till she get 5, 10 fights in to see what we see. But Ryan said he wants to retire in a few years. I don't. Yeah, that's dumb as fuck. Because why would you go into MMA?
uh,
More work for less money. That's dumb as hell.
I
So
thought Ryan said he would want to get out of boxing at like 26 years old. So
yeah, that's what I said. I mean, that's what he said. I don't think he's gonna go into MMA though, because that would be dumb as hell. MMA
no,
is again, it's more work for far less money. That's
Bro,
stupid.
his Ryan Garcia fucking around gonna be the saddest what if stories in boxing. What could have
Rolling
been
story.
stories. Because like, bro, if anything, he was supposed to fight Javante Davis, man. You know how big that was gonna be last year? Cinco de Mayo,
yeah,
Ryan Garcia versus Javante Davis. What?
or fight on Mexican Independence Day.
That would be like Oscar De La Hoya versus fucking Floyd Mayweather 2.0 type shit of our generation.
And
Like,
my
even though
thing is,
I know he haven't accomplished that, but I'm just
I
saying,
would have
like,
paid to go see that
the new generation
fight.
will beef it up as that and make all types of graphics and shit about it.
my thing is, I don't
I actually had
understand. I don't understand Oscar's fucking logic because I remember when he was asked about that, they were like, "Oh no, Tank's a beast," and I'm just like, bro, you make it seem like you and your squad are not going to be handsomely compensated for Ryan Garcia's injuries. Like it'd be different if this is a high risk, low reward fight. This is a lot of fucking money. Like
Exactly.
what
It's
the
a high
fuck?
risk, high reward fight.
Yeah,
But
it's a lot of money.
they feel like
I
they can't
reward.
shape him if he loses dramatically.
Oh, I can't stand that shit. If you're talking
Bro,
about throwing,
Javante Davis just fucking iced motherfucking Leo Santa Cruz, and we just seen him have a performance where he won down there every round.
yeah, that's what I mean.
I was thinking,
Especially because Ryan Garcia is young. I'm like, if you talking about fighting boots for fucking 17.95, okay, yeah, I can understand why you might want to reconsider that shit. But if you're talking about throwing the bag at me for a tank fight, come on, man, you got to jump on that.
Like I
after the
said, man,
fight. Uh,
there's
what?
nobody on planet Earth I would not fight for $40 million. That's around my weight class.
Oh well, yeah, 40 man. I mean, Ryan punk ass is probably gonna get like one or two, but still.
Nah,
Yeah.
against Tank, you probably get like 3, 4,
I think so.
5 if you add
Could
everything
I add
up.
on that?
That should
Yeah,
probably
go
do
ahead.
like 800 pay-per-view buys.
Damn, you think I'm doing
Could I add
800K?
Yeah,
Shit. I don't
hell
know
yeah.
about. I don't know about
You
all
know
that.
why? Not based off of, oh, because Ryan's gonna bring his own share. Nah, it's basically people just like that style matchup and him talking shit and how they can promote it. I feel like they can promote it so well that it can generate that.
Dang, talking about them wilder numbers. Shit,
Uh-huh.
that's crazy.
Could I add on all that?
If
Yeah,
not
what's
eight,
up?
500.
5 makes sense. I go with 5, 5, 6.
Could I add him?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, like theoretically, if Tank had fought Ryan after the Santa Cruz fight, that fight definitely would have been at 135. But the thing is that they probably would have had it for like some title contention on the line, in which actually I think Tank would have been the champion. So that would have been for the WBA regular title, right? So
Well,
I mean,
first off, it would have been at whatever weight Tank and them said. So that's off top. Second of all, that's not one of those fights where a belt is actually mandatory because people that are fans of Ryan Garcia don't even take Tank's belt seriously unless he's snatching a super title off somebody. And nobody gives a shit about none of that anyway. Like the titles, no one was even talking about the titles. It was just a good ass fight. It's the same as if Devin Haney versus Tank. Even if there were no titles involved, that would be an awesome fight.
I would just like to see what the undercard would have been because definitely guys like Jose Valenzuela, Frank Martin, Michelle Rivera, like definitely, that card, would have to be stacked with like known, known high level lightweight fighters.
Yeah, I mean,
Man,
you want to mix
with
up the
that
weight
belt
classes.
situation, fuck that belt. Like that shit could have been for the Popeyes chicken belt if Ryan Garcia and fucking
Yeah,
Tank
Chocolatito
was
just got
fighting.
a
Nobody would have given a
fucking
damn.
The
They would have bought that.
The Baltimore Ravens belt.
yeah, Chocolatito
Oh
just got a
wait,
fucking diamond belt, so it's like
Hey,
it's
Tank,
look,
whatever.
hey,
Tank and
nobody liked
Ryan
my
should
Twitter
have fought.
status. Nobody liked my Twitter status. I said Chocolatito got a fucking a Reggie belt. They was real silent when I said that shit.
Yeah,
Man.
Javante would have ended his career. Nah, see, that's the thing, Spoj. When you get cracked by people that can crack, that shouldn't hurt your self esteem to the point where your career is over. When you out here, like if you would have got cooked by Luke Campbell, yeah, I'd probably put a wrap on that shit.
Nah, if you
But
got cooked by fucking a 13-1 underdog like Cambosis,
yeah, those motherfuckers. I'm talking about like if you get slept, like if you fucked around and got slept by Campbell, yeah, I can understand why you might want to consider a different profession. But you was able to get up and handle business. Like Cambosis whooped your ass, but he didn't finish you off, and and he almost got stopped himself, so that's cool as well. But what I was just saying is like getting hit by Tank. Tank is Tank. You're supposed to get knocked out. Like when you fight Wilder, you're supposed to get put out. But when you out here getting touched up by niggas like I don't know Chisora, it's like okay, yeah, maybe you should maybe you should consider doing something else because those are not the dudes you're supposed to be getting washed by.
when I seen Ryan Garcia get dropped by Luke Campbell, me and my uncle was in the living room watching that shit because my uncle was like, "Man, I've been hearing about this guy, and I'm finally get to watch him fight." So he watched him fight. He was like, "Oh shit, this is him." I'm like, "Damn!" I'm like, "Out, bro." But we was
I
smoking,
was
so I was
laughing
so
my
damn
ass
lit,
off.
and my reaction time was off, bro. I'm hitting the joint. I'm like, "Oh shit, this nigga Ryan Garcia's on the floor." And then he got up, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then he came back and won by knockout. I was like, "Oh, okay." But deep down inside, I knew, man, if that was Tank hitting them like that, boy, it'd have been over.
Oh yeah, that's why it made no sense to me even talking about some damn Tank after Luke Campbell. I knew off top. I was like, you niggas ain't fighting no
But he was
Tank.
still talking about it, so I was amped. So I was like, "Oh shit, this shit about to go down."
And then initially after that, I was like, okay, he'll fight Haney though because Haney is some knockout punch. I'm like, he ducked Haney too. I was like, God damn, you don't want to fight nobody.
And then this nigga talking
Fuck.
about he fight Manny Pacquiao. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Now he
An
fighting
exhibition fight.
Togo's fucking sandwiches.
He did all that to be fighting Togo.
Tugboat sandwiches.
Yeah, man, like this is some straight bullshit, bro. Spoj, that's the thing. There are no internet repercussions for Ryan Garcia. People like Ryan Garcia and Tiafimo, they get to talk 2, 3, 4 types of shit and not get punished. I saw a nigga on Twitter literally say all Tiafimo got to do is get with Reynoso and he sleeps everybody at 140. These dudes are smoking crack, bro. Like even now, Ryan Garcia, they're like, oh, he could come back and get the Cambosos fight. Those are the internet repercussions that dude gets. This motherfucker has ducked the entire goddamn sport, lied his ass off since the beginning of his fucking career, and they're talking about rewarding him with a 3-belt unification for what?
Get yeah.
Some straight bullshit. There are no repercussions for these motherfuckers, man.
No, Ryan Garcia needs to be knocked the fuck out, and he needs to quit his entire career.
I mean, shit, I don't give a fuck what happens to him. He just needs to either start it's a shit or get off the pot situation. He needs to start putting in work or fuck off. Cause I don't talk about him no more.
I don't want to hear of him.
Yeah, bro, like this nigga. Okay, you fighting Togos to get some confidence back. That's whatever. But if after that, if you ain't talked about no Devin Haney, no Tank, no fucking somebody worth the damn, like just get the fuck out of my face, bro. Like I don't even have time. Like just go on somewhere and sit your ass down and do whatever you're gonna do. But that's the thing, Spo J. There are no internet repercussions for these people. They keep coming, they keep talking shit, they keep fucking lying, and then for some, well, I know what the reason is. They just keep getting rewarded. Like after Tiafimo literally got fucking embarrassed by goddamn nobody, and people still think he's gonna be a world beater. It's like, did y'all not just experience this shit with Lomachenko? Did y'all not just experience this shit? This nigga has lost twice, and y'all still worshiping him like he's fucking unbeatable. Like I literally had a motherfucker tell me that Lomachenko beats everybody at 135 after he literally just lost at 135. It was some of the most unbelievable shit. Like just the brainwashing. I don't know.
Bro, Frank Martin would beat the shit out of Loma.
That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. It's a good fight.
What?
It's a good fight. It's a tough fight.
You think Loma gives Frank Martin problems?
Yeah, and I think Frank Martin gives Lomachenko problems.
Oh hell no! I think Frank Martin beats the shit out of Lomachenko.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's something that we have to see, but I think Frank Martin would definitely probably get the better of it, and probably stop him if he had to. But Lomachenko's not a hoe by any means. He's just not he's not Superman. Like I'm not saying he's easy. I'm not saying he's easy ass pickings. He's just not the fucking Terminator. Like it's the same how I feel about Triple G. Triple G is not a hoe. However, he is not fucking Terminator. Charlo and Andrew would get on his ass, and they know that.
Yeah. But I just think based off of what the style that I've been seeing out of Frank, he has like such a good style where it'll be too much for Lomachenko's current physical state.
Yeah, and Lomachenko is too orthodox. Lomachenko fights in very textbook, which, as we've seen, Frank Martin handles that very well. Whereas, someone unorthodox, someone who would give someone like Frank Martin issues is somebody like Rolly. Somebody that's unpredictable, fights like a fucking idiot, and loops a lot of his shots. Because as we saw, Frank Martin, when that Filipino dude started looping the shots on him, he kind of fell back some, and it just hit him. So yeah, but someone textbook like Loma, Frank Martin probably serve him up.
I thought Lomachenko's a southpaw.
He is.
Yeah, so why'd you say orthodox?
I said, when I say orthodox, I mean like orthodox as in he follows the standard boxing orthodoxy.
Oh yeah.
He's a very
conventional.
Yeah, he's a very. That's why I followed up with the word textbook. Yeah. He's a very textbook fighter.
Yeah, textbook, conventional, standard fighter.
Yeah, someone like Frank Martin will be able to capitalize on his mistakes, avoid the jab, work on the inside, and it's very textbook. Whereas, like I said, someone like Rolly would actually be able to mess some things up because Rolly, you don't know what Rolly's going to do. You don't know if he's going to throw a fucking elbow. You don't know if he's going to try to kick you. You don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, Rolly's like a WWE character.
Yeah, Rolly should be in there doing MMA if we really talking about it.
Bro, dude,
what y'all think about that fight, Rolly versus Tank?
Gervonta going full. Well, actually, I don't know.
I think. Damn, wait, hold on. You doubting Tank beats Rolly? Jesus.
No. Like, I'm just thinking, like, if Rolly comes into this fight like super focused, and like we're just talking shit about him leading up to the fight, and like Gervonta comes in like, overzealous. I think Rolly might come in with something that that we probably don't know that could just surprise Gervonta, right?
Well, I always say because it's boxing, Rolly does have a puncher's chance, but ultimately, I think the worst case scenario is that his unconventional tactics just piss Tank off, make him mad. Especially like if he does low blows or elbows or little shit like that, where he actually starts like giving Tank cuts and bruises and shit. I think that's his best opportunity to try to get Tank off his game plan and make something happen. But outside of him getting a lucky punch off and sleeping Tank, there's not really much Roman gonna be able to do.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet Kenny Bayless is the ref?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is Kenny Bayless bad? I don't mind
No,
Kenny
but
Bayless.
they say he always basically supports Mayweather. He makes sure that nobody elbows or whatever to Mayweather.
Oh,
Like
so they mean he's a good ref. He doesn't allow dirty tactics and bullshit.
sometimes.
I want to see Rolly knock out Tank to change the landscape of the division and see. Damn, Jason wishing horrible shit on Tank. You lucky you fucking checkmate here. He cuts your ass out, Jason.
Said Rolly vs. Tank will go long, but it'll be entertainment. What if we
You
get like a
know,
part 2?
I was gonna say that's a fight that might actually go the distance, to be honest. Because if Rolly starts acting too awkward, then that's a situation where Tank is just gonna be content without boxing him. Like if Rolly tries to come in and keeps like throwing elbows or holding excessively, shit like that. That's not something. I mean, if Calvin Ford tells Tank to cut on the juice like he did with Barrios, then sure. But that's a situation where they might just be content to boxing Rolly's fucking ears off or waiting to catch him with a shot. But yeah, Jason wishing hell on Tank. He's like, I hope Tank gets slept so the landscape of the division can change.
Get the
I,
fuck out of here.
I don't even like really consider Tank a part of any division. It's kind of like whatever.
I really
like,
don't either.
Yeah, like Tank is whatever. Like Tank is doing. He could be 135. He could be 140. He can go to 147. So I really like whenever I'm talking
He's
about
the
lightweight.
Canelo of the division, right?
Yeah, like whenever
they don't like that though.
I mean, yeah, because it's true. Like whenever I'm talking about lightweight, I don't even talk about Tank because Tank fight whoever. Like Tank fights whoever the fuck he feels like. So.
I just want to see Tank fight all the big names, and he needs to get the fuck away from Floyd Mayweather.
Oh
Why?
God,
Why? That's everybody's speaking point.
That's not mine. I don't think that's the situation. I think that if Tank really wanted to fight some of these people,
He can fight them.
Yeah, he could just be like, hey, throw a bag at this, and this, and let me go ahead and take this scout. So I don't think Floyd is the actual.
I disagree because if because if that was like the case, it's like Gervonta would have been fought Shakur, Devin, and all these names.
What makes you think that Tank himself wants to fight these people?
Yeah, exactly.
These are not hoes you talk about. These are people that can whoop Tank ass.
I disagree. I think Gervonta would sleep Shakur.
Just off top.
Dude, come on. I really do believe that, and this is just coming from like my southpaw perspective. Like, I just think Gervonta's style is all wrong for Shakur. If Shakur is gonna be stupid coming into that fighting inside the pocket, Devin Haney, that's a really, really difficult fight. But if Gervonta clips Devin with a really good shot late game or mid game, in that fight, I think Gervonta can easily sleep Devin, but he would need to make it a very rough inside technical fight. And who else?
It's just crazy here. Like, if you had said this before the Cruz fight, you would have a point. But Cruz came in here with pretty much nothing and went 12.
Yeah, because Gervonta had his fucking hand hurt.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Cruz basically told the world that if you just glue your right hand to your chin, you're going 12. That's basically what Cruz said. So Cruz said, "Hey, look, y'all, glue your right hand to your chin, you're going 12. Watch."
That makes no sense because
He wasn't trying to exchange.
That's what I'm saying. And also one of the things is that number one, Shakur Stevenson doesn't fight. And keep in mind, I think Tank could fuck around and beat Shakur as well. I think Devin Haney's the only person at 135 that could really whoop Tank ass. But keep in mind,
don't say that on Twitter. They're gonna come for your neck.
Man, I wish these niggas would. Because Tank ain't fighting none of these people. So it's like y'all can talk all this shit, but Tank has swerved these people, and Shakur's at 130, so I'm not even going to entertain that. But Shakur is not the type of person that lets himself be lured into a firefight. He keeps everything on the outside, outside of his punching range, outside where his punching range is optimally, and then he engages from there. I mean, look how he took apart Herring. I'm not comparing Herring and Tank as fighters, but I'm saying that's how he prefers to fight everybody. When he gets on the inside, he throws body shots. He clinches and stuff like that. So does Tank have the power advantage? 100%. But I don't think he's just gonna get in there and like just straight wash all these people like you're talking about. Because I feel like these people would have got
They
served
have
up
the
already.
power to outbox Tank for 12 rounds or win a decision against Tank.
Yeah,
I disagree because Gervonta, he has really good boxing skills.
he
And
does.
yeah, because if Gervonta is just as fast as you, imagine that heading into the 9th round, 10th round, 11th round. Gervonta, Gervonta doesn't get tired at that point. He's still hurting you
That's
coming
true.
into those
But
rounds.
people that are inferior boxers have been able to outland Tank, and in a lot of his fights, he's outlanded for over half the fight until he has to end it with a knockout. And if Tank is put in a position where he has to knock somebody out and he can't, he's going to lose. That's my only thing. And
Yeah,
Spo
yeah, yeah.
and Spo J outside of Isaac Cruz apparently outside of Isaac Cruz, I think Shakur Stevenson, Frank Martin, even though Frank Martin probably get folded. Devin Haney, I think definitely. Devin Haney, I think beats him, but that's a 50-50 fight. And like I
Frank,
said, Rolly is. I only say Rolly because he fights like a dumbass. Like I said, he'll throw elbows. He talks about all that MMA nonsense, how he incorporates MMA, jiu-jitsu, and street fighting into boxing. I'm like, yeah, so basically you're telling me you're a dirty ass fighter. But Lomachenko gives him problems too. Lomachenko, he's fast on the inside. He's good with his feet. He probably knows most of Gervonta's power punches by now with how long he's been studying him. So Lomachenko gives him some shit. El Rayo's an issue.
yeah.
Strong,
Rio.
strong, fast, loops his
About to say
shots.
that.
And motherfuckers, and a lot of motherfuckers at 140, like Gary Antoine Russell, that's a 50-50. And a lot of Tank fans, that shit might go left.
Subriel Matias.
Yeah, Superman Matias, he's solid. He definitely has the cracks, but his defense has so many holes that I think Tank will probably capitalize on that and knock his head off his shoulders. But and people were
I
talking about
disagree with that.
people were talking about Josh Taylor doing something, and I'm like, okay, now hopefully we can put that shit to bed. Because based on what we see, I'm not saying Josh Taylor wouldn't irritate Tank, but Josh Taylor will get in there and get beat up,
Yeah,
get beat the fuck up.
Gervonta will break every single rib out of his, entire diaphragm.
Man, I wish Rolly low ass, bro. I'll turn into a fucking MMA fighter on Rolly. I'll take his little punk ass down. He don't want to see me. He'll think this shit is some
Rolly
boxing match
fighting you?
with that bullshit. Man, fuck that. Russell Jr. probably volunteered to step in. I think Prograis and Russell Jr. did volunteer. Well, no, I don't know about Russell, but I think Prograis did. But that's the stupid thing because Prograis can't even make 140 barely. So I don't know why he would volunteer for 135. I don't think it was specifically for that fight, but Prograis was offered to fight him at 140, and he was like, "Nah, I'm straight." Which it is what it is. I think Prograis definitely gives Tank a lot of problems because Prograis is real strong. Prograis is someone that's physically strong, so I think he gives him a lot of problems too. But I think Tank could probably get the better of that one just on boxing skill alone. But we don't know. We don't know. We gotta see. We gotta see. These people fight. And if Tank do want to see those, if Tank did say that, then that's garbage. I thought he just said that he'll whoop fucking Regis ass. I didn't know he said the payday part, but that's terrible. I don't know what they over there doing, but that's why he called himself the Canelo of everything below 160 because that's what he acts the same way. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, but I don't understand why he would call himself that because it's like, if you are, the true black version of Canelo Alvarez, then Gervonta should be cleaning out divisions and he shouldn't have to be hiding behind Floyd Mayweather just to make all these big fights.
Well, hold on. Canelo didn't start cleaning out shit until the division looked good enough, until it looked
Yeah, yeah,
vulnerable.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Like I'm just saying, like, theoretically, like Gervonta, if he's going to put himself with Canelo, he should be elevating higher than him career wise.
I don't like the way his career trajectory is going. But then again, we've seen when people try to target the belts, they can't get that either. Like Devin Haney is the antithesis of Tank, trying to go directly for belts and legacy and all the bullshit motherfuckers say is important, but then all they do is justify why fucking Kambosos and Ryan Garcia should get it. So it's like, I mean, I don't like the direction Tank is headed, but I can't blame him anymore because look what's happening. He's like, fuck it. This is why I just aim for the money. Because when I go for the goddamn, because if I were to try to go for the belts, people would just justify. I'd waste a lot of time trying to make deals, and people would just justify why somebody else should be fighting. So
Yeah,
that is what it is.
it's similar with that Jamie Mitchell situation where I brought up the issue of how Jamie Mitchell, she had her very first title defense against that Kylie Skelly woman, and Kylie Skelly, she was ranked number 9 in the WBA,
Oh
and
shit,
she,
Southern T popped in here. What's up, T?
oh, what's up?
Oh shit, he's on mute. Oh damn, they both on mute. I don't know what's going on.
Nah, I'm listening.
Oh,
I
okay.
just popped to bed. I'm over here working on some artwork.
Oh,
He
for
said
sure.
D-High sound like them
Yeah.
old boxing heads in the barbershop. Now, hold on. They always say that before going there.
I grew up a lot around a lot of older people, and my dad actually cuts hair, so there's always that. But
Same here.
yeah, I mean, all that shit sounds sweet, but I don't like to get too deep into fantasy matchups because at the end of the day, oh shit, he left. But at the end of the day, like we all know Tank is first of all, we all know Tank has got to fight Rolly next because it's just been mandated, unless you want to give up the regular, which whatever. But I just don't like how everyone who says Canelo is the face of boxing is super concerned about Tank's career. Focus on Canelo, bro. Focus on who the fuck he's fighting, and let actual Tank fans worry about Tank's fights. How about that?
Yeah, since y'all said,
I'm not even gonna.
it's okay.
Yeah, I get so heated about that. People are like, oh, Canelo's the face of boxing. Canelo runs boxing. Da 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 da. But then these same people will be typing like fucking 2 paragraphs worth of shit about what Tank doing. Don't worry about what Tank doing. Tank not fighting right now. So Canelo's got a fight schedule. Worry about Canelo and Bivol. Go analyze Bivol's fucking resume and shit. Like I
They
don't
know
know.
that shit's boring, my G.
I
They
just
know
want
that,
to see
bro.
Devin
That press conference was like, what?
Nigga
Come
don't
on,
speak
man.
English. Nigga doesn't speak any English, but they're talking about, oh, he's a draw. I'm like, 2 niggas that don't speak English.
Who?
Bivol.
Oh, yeah, Bivol.
And I like Bivol as a fighter, but you can't argue with me about how he has quote unquote something to offer, because if we go back to the belt situation, we can go back to multiple other people. But
And,
and I
and,
also
and it wouldn't matter if the WBA talking about some Russians, no Russians allowed.
right,
That's
yeah,
what
we don't
I'm
know what's
saying.
up with that. And it's I find it hilarious that they didn't even mention Better Be if talking about, oh, I believe he's the best guy at 175. Nigga, that's cap. Otherwise otherwise you wouldn't have fucking lied about sending Better Be of an offer. You wouldn't have fucking lied about it.
You'd have got that Better Be fight right now instead of the Joe Smith Jr. fight.
And you know what I was thinking to myself? I'm like, man, what if since they're not sanctioning Russia, Canelo just go ahead and fight Joe Smith Jr. after this and just sweep the shit?
Yeah, I think that's a better route. At least get Joe Smith Jr. out the way, and then once you get them belts, then maybe go for better beer for undisputed.
I don't know if he even fights Better Be. If he gonna wait till Better Be and get at least 40.
That shit ain't gonna work.
Try to stay at 175 fighting bums.
There's plenty of ass at 175. A lot of these people get so confused because there's
Oh
like four or
yeah,
five. There's like 4 or 5 star fighters in the division. Like even at 140, there's like 4 or 5 top guys. Everybody else is ass. Like until we
I
see some
think
upsets, everybody else is ass.
I believe Joshua Buatsi, he's close to becoming the mandatory very soon.
I mean, Boatsi's cool, but you know, we gotta see a little bit more. But yeah, Boatsi's cool. I mean, but at 175, it's Bivol better be. And keep in mind, John Smith Jr. He he's cool, but as far as the champions, he's gonna be some pickings. If he fights better be, if he losing badly.
Yeah,
So you
Benavier
know,
will knock him out.
I think
Um,
Boatsi,
we
I
left-
think Boatsi will piece up Joe Smith Jr. I think Craig Richards will piece up Joe Smith Jr.
I was gonna say, I left after the co-main event at the Turning Stone, but um, from what I saw in the highlights, Joe Smith Jr. looked bad. Like, he should have knocked out Steve Gefford in the first round.
I don't think he looked bad. It's just that he's what he's what they call him, the working man. He's a regular ass dude, and he got regular ass skills, and he regular. Like he's not beating. That's why Bivol whooped his ass with ease
Yeah,
because he's not
Joe
he's
Smith
not that
Jr. doesn't
guy.
have the skills,
Yeah,
necessary.
yeah, like he's not that nigga. That's why Sullivan Barrera was fucking greased his ass easy. But I don't
Sullivan
think anyone
Barrera.
watched Bibble's last fight live. I did, and I saw a lot of Canelo fans slandering Bibble on the timeline, talking about he needs to fight some real people. He needs to
Oh, son of
unify.
a
He's boring as
Yeah,
hell. He
well,
can't
that's
son
how
of
it
fight.
a she's
goes.
boring.
Yeah, now all of a sudden he's now all of a sudden he's the ultimate badass.
You
He's
know
I
how that
he's
just
shit
don't
go.
understand. I just don't understand why this fight took so long to make. But like when it came to Canelo and Charlo, I was hearing that the negotiations were being close to be made, and then
there ain't no damn
For sure.
negotiations. It's
For
it's
sure.
just it's just Canelo deciding who the fuck he gonna fight next. People, I swear to God, every person who's never been given a check for more than $5,000 in any business transaction that wasn't involving fucking government thinks they're a goddamn business aficionado. Ain't no negotiating with this shit. You think they don't have venue options and dates already lined up? It's just a matter of who the hell Canelo decides to fight. That's it. They're not over there at some goddamn long wooden table with their attorneys talking about some shit. No, that's the
With
term
some
sheet.
paperwork, with
Yeah,
some
yeah.
reading the
That
fine
the
print, nigga.
paperwork.
Hell no.
all that shit is before a contract is even drawn up. Because if Canelo wasn't happy with any of the deals being presented, he wouldn't have been talking about it. He was happy with the terms on both sides. All it came down to was a matter of the goddamn opponents. As we saw, it wasn't about the money because he was getting more bread for Charlo and Benavidez any fucking way. So it was never about the money. It's just about the opponents. And people got to
Yeah,
start understanding that. I get
so
tired of like
Canelo can have a set
people
fight
people
schedule.
people watch 2 or 3 fucking lawyer movies and they think that's how it all works. Like no, law is not like that. That's not always how it works. Especially when it comes to athletics, especially when it comes to boxing. Like they think Canelo over there in some goddamn office.
That's why these stupid motherfuckers made me big on Twitter because I felt like I was the only nigga on common sense that said, nigga, based off this contract, there's no way Tyson Fury can skate off and fight fucking AJ. And people are telling me, oh, hell no, because I know this and Bob Arum's a lawyer and I'm, my cousin's a lawyer. Nigga, shut up.
Right, right. Even
Tyson
even
Fury.
even I said that the arbitration is binding, and they're talking about it's not in the there's no clause, there's no rematch clause in the contract, and I'm like, bro, if there was no rematch clause in the contract, what clause are they using to trigger an arbitration? The rematch clause.
Bro, these niggas so
Do you
stupid. They put their money on the line and had to pay me. The guy that they look up to, Julius, Ring IQ, whatever, this nigga had to pay me. And they believe that shit so much. Like, what the fuck, bro? It's just crazy, dude.
he had to pay you?
Yeah, because we did a little debate.
What?
Yeah, we did a debate and he deleted the debate. Hold on.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Yeah,
So
we did
he
a
wanted.
debate on it was on like Wilder versus Fury, and AJ type of debate, and it was like we made a bet on motherfucking who's gonna fight who next. And I was telling him, I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, Wilder is fighting Fury next. And he was like, hell no, AJ's fighting Fury because da 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 da,
The
and
money's
I
so
think the
sweet.
money's there and this and that. Dude, that shit had like 6,000 views. Tim Bradley was there, all that.
Tim Bradley was there?
Yeah, he wasn't on the panel, but he was in the chat.
Oh, that's
Oh,
what's up.
fuck Tim Bradley.
Oh
Fuck that
shit.
Sam.
Jesus Christ! This is it's a YouTube channel. We're trying to get some diverse
Oh
audience. You
shit,
can't
shit,
be
shit,
like
shit, shit. I'm
you can't
sorry.
be
I'm
saying
sorry.
fuck everybody. God damn!
I'm sorry. I thought this was like an open panel, but
I
It
don't
is an
know. It
open
is.
panel.
I
I mean,
mean, you
say
just
that's how you feel that his views doesn't reflect Art Man boxing views.
I just don't want Timothy Bradley to be in the chat somewhere hiding and then not come on because you said some shit. He's like, oh, I'm clearly not wanted here.
oh,
Let me
oh,
go
well,
back
Hey,
to,
but
to
this
you know
guy
who
named
blocked
K
me?
Rod says,
You know who blocked me at this new page I got?
oh
Fucking
block you.
Marcos Vallejos. And
Viegas.
I haven't even interacted with him at all, but he blocked me on my old page. So he found out I was back. That nigga first thing he did was block my ass.
He full of shit, man. He full of
Marcos
shit.
Viegas has never fought a day in his fucking life.
Oh, he said now Bibble's Godzilla. Yeah, nigga. Then all of a sudden Bibble is the ultimate badass. It's just like fucking it's just like what people talking about with Ugas. This nigga be Pacquiao. All of a sudden people forgot he got a split decision against Abel Ramos, a dude who just got washed his last fight.
They said that nigga trained himself.
I want to see Lucas Santa Maria versus man, who's that other guy?
I need to
That
just
I
feed these.
forgot.
I need to line them up and feed these niggas boosts. So break all these dudes off.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
I want to see him face against Connor Ben. Yeah.
How Conor Ben is
Conor Ben trying to fight washed up fucking
he's trying to fight
welterweights.
fucking he's trying to fight fucking.
He's trying to go on a washed up welterweight
He's
fucking
trying to
tour.
fight Kell Brook and Broder back to back.
The fuck?
Oh
I
my
mean,
god! Somebody
Lucas
get this
Santa
nigga
Maria
out of
is
here,
a
bro.
fighter. I think I
Bro,
think
these
he's
new
good.
fighters different, D-Hive.
How the fuck, but cry? How you gonna go from fucking Algeria to some damn Brook? It doesn't make any sense, bro. He should be.
Connor Ben told me on fucking Instagram, like when I told him straight up, dude, I like you as a fighter, but you got to fight Boots or Virgil Ortiz and yada yada yada. And he responded to me, "Don't worry, I'm in no rush. I have plenty of time, but it's like."
Nigga, no, you don't. What the fuck? You need to be making some shit happen. You got plenty
I
of time
wanted,
for fucking punk ass Brook. Ain't nobody trying to see that shit.
yeah,
Not to mention it's gonna be worse if Brook get in there and do some crazy shit and sleep him. Because I don't think
yo,
that
bro.
I don't think Brook has the speed to deal with Conor Ben, but however he does have that power. Now Conor Ben does have power of his own, but Kell Brook has more boxing experience, etc. So it's gonna be a terrible situation if you get in there and lose to old ass Brook. Because guess what? Now you look like some food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, the thing is like Connor Ben, he's doing this because he wants to wait it out to see what's going to happen at 147 after Bud and EJ leave. So
He's gonna
the
get
thing,
beat up.
yeah,
That's what's gonna
Just
happen.
gonna get beat up in the future.
Right. It's like it's just stupid shit. And the worst part is, like I said, fighting like even fucking what's that? Even Adrian Broner. That's a fight where he could fuck around and lose. Like Adrian Broner, you can say what you want about his power, but he's a twitchy motherfucker, and he's made a career off being difficult to hit. Now people can talk about the Maidana fight and the Pacquiao fights all they goddamn want to, but the reality is that Adrian Broner is still someone who's able to get a decision. Now, if Conor Ben wants to have all these fights in the UK where he can get a fucking decision or whatever, okay, fine, whatever, cool. But the fact of the matter is that he needs to get on his Tim Zoo shit if he wants to actually make an impact, or else he's gonna be like Eubank Jr., fucking 31 years old, 30 plus fights, still fighting for chump change against goddamn nobody. Now, if that's the way he wants his career to go, okay, cool, I'm with that. Stay your punk ass over there. But if you're actually trying to come over here and get some real smoke, then you'll develop a legitimate fan base. It's the shit
Even him, he will he wants to do that shit. He wants to fight Kell Brook too.
Connor Ben has never fought
Eubanks
outside of
Jr.
his country.
That's what I'm saying. Eubank Jr. is a bitch. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit.
His best win to me is him retiring to Gale. That's it.
His best win is that 3-round knockout of Yodirum. That's his best fucking win to me.
I want to see Connor Ben fight in America.
I want to see Conor Ben do something. I don't give a fuck who he fight. He needs to be fighting.
It's so crazy because I was talking about Tim Zoo. Next thing you know, this nigga about to fight here.
Yeah,
right in my fucking backyard.
Tim Zoo about it.
That's actually going to be a really good fight because I think Terrell Gausha is gonna knock Tim clean the fuck out, but I think I think that's gonna be a damn good fight because if Tim Zoo comes around and tries to knock out Terrell Gausha and then he gets slapped, after like a couple knockdowns, I think that's gonna be a good action packed fight.
I just like the fact that Tim Zoo said he wanted action. If I can't get my title shot, I'm breaking off somebody. Tim Zoo didn't go to fucking Matchroom and say, "Oh, let me get fucking Liam
Oh, give
Smith
me this
or
toy.
Kerman Laharaga or fucking Conway or fucking washed ass Austin Trout." He said, "Nah, I want top shelf smoke off. I want top shelf smoke immediately. Give me Terrell Gausha if that's what it takes." He was even talking about fighting Tony Harrison, and I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
Tony Harrison, I think he'll beat Tony Harrison, but that's gonna be a tough fight.
Well, I mean,
That
he's fighting Terrell Gausha now, so that's neither here nor there. But I was saying he's willing to come
Terrell
over here.
Gausha,
He's willing to come over here and fight top people.
Terrell Gausha is gonna knock him out.
Well, we got to see. I don't think that's how it's gonna go. I think if Gausha gonna win, it's probably gonna be by decision. But we got to see because Terrell Gausha is not some vicious knockout puncher. He doesn't just go around sleeping.
Even even if even if Tim Zoo loses, he's still gonna be offered more fights out of the PBC stable.
He's gonna
So
be offered more fights, especially if you lose.
yeah,
I mean, because people don't want to duck you
it's
if
a
you
good
lose.
stock.
But now look at the heavyweight division; it's in shambles. Now they want American heavyweight. Yeah, they trash.
Yeah, the
Wilder's
heavyweight.
got the biggest American fan base. Yeah, yeah. I'm in no rush. This guy trying to weigh Boots out to get to 151. It don't matter, bro. Whatever weight class Boots is in, he's gonna do some damage. And what's gonna be worse is that the heavier Boots gets, the more dangerous he gets.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
think
I agree. Tyree Bird, Mel would break a foot off in Tim Zoo's ass. That's not even a question.
I want
I
to
wasn't even talking
see.
about that.
Mel he called Tim Zoo calling Mel pussy and shit.
Yeah, he better shut the fuck up. I understand he trying to. He was just talking that shit because he thought the Castaño rematch wasn't gonna happen. But I'm like, calm down, bro. Let Mel get undisputed, then your punk ass can get knocked out next. It's okay.
Bro, I want to do. I want to see Tim Zoo versus.
Hey, they don't like my comment. I think Mel is our fucking Hagler of our generation. What you think?
Huh?
I said Mel is the Hagler of the generation. Not saying that he's the exact same, but I'm saying like he's
Oh
fighting.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
fighting the
definitely.
best. He's fighting the best there is, and there's good guys that he's fighting and beating.
I would say he's the
Oh,
Hagler of
sure,
his
but
division for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you were talking because like Marvin Hagler of the day,
The
that's a bit
middleweight.
much, but Marvin Hagler 154, 100%.
yeah,
He's taking all the top scalps off the table.
I think Jermel Charlo is like a Marvin Hagler with a Julian Jackson.
Oh
Oh
no,
yeah,
I wouldn't say all that. He like who's the last person he fucking one punch destroyed?
Coda,
Wait,
Huh?
what?
Coda.
Yeah, there we go. He
Jermel Charlo knocked out Jason Rosario.
Yeah,
that was a jab to the body. That was like on some weird shit. Julian Jackson went around sleeping like everybody. Like he had almost all knockouts. Jamel Charlo's more boxer is as he's good getting up there in age and competition, he's becoming more
Yeah,
boxer than puncher, which is good. That's fine.
yeah,
But
because like
fellas, I know you might think I sound crazy, but I've been seeing a lot of bad omens for Fury. Man, could be Tokyo 1992 all over again. Man, if Dillian White does some stupid shit and destroys Tyson Fury, I want Wilder and White immediately. I don't want to hear shit else. I
yeah,
need I need I need Wilder to go in there and sleep Dillian White so you can be like, see, I told you the
what if
nigga cheated
Dillian
me.
White beat Fury ass and they did a drug test and afterwards that he's on all types of shit.
And I was like,
yeah,
see, it's 50-50. This is what happens.
50-50.
Everybody gonna be like, Karma's a bitch, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give a shit. I mean, fuck Dillian White and Tyson Fury, both of them. They could both blow up in the car crash for all I care. But the thing about it is, if
We're right. We
Dillian
gotta
White,
make him laugh about it.
yeah, like if Dillian White does some nutty shit and like destroys Tyson Fury, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I want Wilder versus White immediately.
Immediately.
Y'all was talking all that shit for fucking years about how this fight needs to happen. You better be excited about it. Everyone talking about, oh shit, Dillian White's a far better boxer than Wilder. All right, cool. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy.
Bro, that
No,
would
I
be.
know.
I'm watching that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm watching it, even though I don't fuck with Fury. I'm watching it just because,
I'm watching him.
just to see what the fuck happens, man.
Because
Because
Dillian White fights
my,
like a dummy.
Fuck
I'm
fest.
thinking it goes like this. I'm saying it goes like this. Fury's gonna go. He's gonna be on anything he wants to be on. He's gonna have the same fucking path of sport gloves, and he's gonna be leaning all on White and shit. They're probably gonna fall out the damn ring.
Yeah.
I would be surprised. Motherfuckers will be grabbing each other's, swinging. White might fuck around and hit Fury with some shit. You never know. What if all them punches from Wilder affected Tyson Fury permanently?
It
I
did.
mean, they
That
probably.
last shot that Wilder hit Fury with that dropped him. No, the first one that put him when you seen all the ripples in his body.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, dude. The average human being, if you got hit like this, you wouldn't be the same after that. But I don't know. This
Tyson-
nigga is a giant coke ogre, so things have changed. Things are different, man.
Tyson Fury hasn't been the same since since like the third fight. Like you could tell that, his energy is different. He's not, he feels like he's not like dedicated to the sport anymore. So
I think he feels like he don't really have to be because Wilder out the picture, he's like, shit, I don't gotta train that hard for these niggas.
All right,
Yeah,
that was a
so
life or death
that's
fight
probably
right there. This is
Yeah,
another-
he's like after Wilder, because he even said that before the trilogy. He was like, compared to Wilder, the rest of y'all trash, bro. And he's like, honestly, y'all lucky I'm clearing him out the way because Wilder will handle the rest of y'all. That's what he straight up said. He said Wilder's my most difficult fight. AJ, he said Wilder fucking sleep AJ. That shit wouldn't even be competitive, bro. These are Fury's words. So Fury was looking at the rest of the division like, y'all lucky I'm clearing this man out because if it wasn't for me, y'all just be some Vicks. Honestly, like y'all would just all be some Vicks. And said White won't beat Fury. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna beat him either. But it would be weird if he got like a random punch off and then all of a sudden the fight was over.
Tyson Fury. He just gets hit
Tyson
for the
Fury
left
doesn't
hook.
look too hot.
The left hook.
Boom! Oh, Tyson Fury gets knocked out into the oblivion.
Listen, Blair keeps calling out Boots. Why people not saying Boots ducking him? No,
I'm saying
people,
something. I ain't saying he ducking, but I'm saying I want to see it.
people do say Boots is ducking Blair, and I'm just like, okay, y'all can say that, but then when Blair gets beat up and you give him no credit, we all gonna be looking stupid. Another dumbass fight that happened.
Yeah, I mean, shit. That's where I'm from. We gotta see it, man.
Because Boots gonna destroy him, and people gonna be like, well, it was just Blair Cobbs. I'm like, oh, that's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Like Rob Mahoney, look, yeah, exactly. Yep, just one random ass, lucky ass punch and somebody sleep because it's heavyweight. That's why people love heavyweights because random shit happens. Like it's just like a Chocolatito and Martinez fought at 118 or above. Somebody would have been asleep from all them punches. That's why people don't really like that shit because they throw 1,000 punches, don't nobody get knocked out. Who the fuck wants to look at that shit?
Yeah, I like to see the weight classes taken out.
Yeah, I just like to see, people like knockouts. People like knockouts, but also people don't like. People like there to be an element. Ouch, an element of boxing ability in there because when you know you're dealing with a puncher where you're actually going to have some repercussions if you get hit, that makes you heighten your boxing ability and adjust your strategy. Those two just kept wailing away at each other because nothing was going to fucking happen. So it's like, okay, yeah, let's just keep swinging on each other like crazies.
Yeah,
That was one of the worst fights I ever
I
seen.
don't appreciate those divisions.
I mean, it was cool, but it was just nonstop, just nonstop punching. That's all it was.
Dude was fighting like a complete jackass. Dropping his hands. I didn't like that shit. Said White better cheat. Don't fight a noble fight against a cheater. Yeah, and that's what's gonna make this fight interesting because they both did their dirt. So we gonna see.
My thing is, White's clearly emotional about his percentage. He's mad that he didn't get a cut. He's mad he being treated like the fucking D side. And I'm like, okay, cool. I better see that in the fight. I better see that anger. I better see you trying to earn all that money plus extra in the fight. I don't want you to come in there and just move around, let fear hit you. I want you to jump on his ass.
for round one, just jump on his ass.
Yeah, just don't try to come in and box because that's the thing about Fury. People get Fury's physical attribute. They misinterpret Fury's physical attributes for legitimate boxing IQ and his boxing attributes. Fury,
Yeah,
I've said it time and time again. Fury is simply the tallest, longest, heaviest heavyweight there is. You take those elements away from him, he'd been asleep. Even if Fury lost 30 more pounds, he'd probably be fucking asleep. That's the thing. He's just heavy. He's just super heavy and he's super long. He's the tallest at 6'9". He's the longest with like a fucking what, almost 90-inch reach, and he's the heaviest at almost 300 pounds. So it's like those are just that's just what it is. Boots would beat the hell out of Kyle, and they know. They know. It's just something cool to say. What they really want to do, they want to keep Boots distracted with bullshit so he doesn't touch anyone important. Like they're like a lot of people definitely don't want Boots fighting Bud. Nah. They want Spence to go through, fight all these motherfuckers, and then at the end of the day, whether he wins or loses, say, oh, he was ducking Bud this whole time. That's what they want to do. Yes, Boj, that's true. But a lot of people overestimate his quote unquote elite boxing skill. And that's how you know that a lot of people weren't even concerned about Fury until Wilder brought his name up. Because if they had, they would have gone back and watched his earlier fights. He was in there getting dropped by fucking cruiserweights. Talking about some damn elite boxing skill. How Cunningham almost put your ass out.
how do you go from a puncher overnight?
Yeah, somehow after all this time off, after all this time off, after being banned, after battling with drug and alcohol addiction, somehow you get more power over the age of 30 with no PED help. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he's taking PEDs.
Yeah, most people don't. Most people in the UK didn't know. They didn't care about Tyson Fury, and they still don't.
Shit, even professional fighters that I follow, they don't even talk about Tyson Fury. They only talk about it when Tyson Fury is brought up with the Deontay Wilder fight. So,
I mean, that's pretty much it. Because it's funny because nobody celebrates the anniversary of when he beats Klitschko, but they all celebrate the anniversary of when he beat Wilder, even though they claim Wilder wasn't shit. Hilarious.
knowing that Deontay Wilder was beating the shit out of Tyson Fury in all three fights.
Fernandez, you heard the crowd.
Oh, what was that?
Nah, it's fucking Floyd versus Fernando Hernandez. Man, whenever I see Pretty Boy Floyd, I want to see Devin Haney get his opportunities, man. If Devin Haney fight, what's his name? George Kambosos and win all those belts.
I think that fight's gonna happen. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. Like,
I know because Eddie Hearn talking about due dates and shit.
Eddie Hearn full
Devin-
of shit.
Devin said, like, well, I'm not going to be like the one to say that I know everything, but I could have sworn Devin said that he has some big news coming in the next couple months. So
That could mean anything. That could mean he's going to 140. That could mean a gang of shit. I mean, honestly, if the big news is him fighting Josh Taylor, I'm cool with that. I prefer it be the Kambosos situation since we're already right here. But if it's undisputed at 135, 140, it's whatever. But I hope he's over there getting Kambosos now that Lou DiBello got that Pro Bellum deal, because now he can sacrifice Kambosos. He's like, okay, cool. The rest of my fight is going to be good. I can break you off for one paycheck since Lomachenko just got drafted.
So what's the Pro Bellum shit?
Oh, Lou DiBella got a deal with Pro Bellum to where he can have multiple fighters sign there on a multi-fight deal. Oh, why is Spence playing with chickens and shit?
What the hell? What are you doing, Spence?
Oh, I mean, the nigga has lamb. It's like, why are you like putting the chicken on the lamb?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason, Bud fans,
This
Bud
nigga
fans,
Smith country as hell.
yeah,
I
he
live
playing
out in
chicken.
the country.
But Bud fans are going to be mad regardless. I don't know what their issue is, but the reason, like I said, I have no geopolitical dog in the race. Like, I'm from LA, so like I'm not from Nebraska or Texas and none of that shit. But it's just that Bud fans, like, some of their arguments and talking points just be devoid of logic, and they'll go blatantly against what people say. Like Bud has said himself, Spence is not ducking, but motherfuckers will still say Spence is ducking. Like it's nuts. It's nuts. Like I
I'm looking
can't.
at it right. I'm literally looking at it right now. Somebody says Spence been running so long. He not from Dallas. He from Oklahoma.
Spence is
Yeah,
from New York.
it's just nonsense, bro. And he who agrees says, speaking of dead, do you see how angry? Honestly, when I saw you tweet that, I liked your tweet, but I didn't even go in the comment section because I already know what they're saying. I already know what they're saying. He doesn't deserve it. He's pillow fisted. He's not a draw. He can't do anything. It should be Lomachenko. Da, 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 da. It's like just shut the fuck up and sit down somewhere.
Dude, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that too. Um, Nigga, they hate the fact that Devin Haney might be getting this fucking fight next.
And that's pathetic. That's
That's
pathetic.
pathetic. As boxing fans, like, we gotta sit back and be like, yo, what really is going on? Because how in the world are you gonna hate the fact that people are saying fucking asinine things like, oh, he needs to focus on his personality and this and that before he gets a fight.
Yeah,
Bro,
just
what the fuck?
retarded shit.
What the fuck?
This,
I'm
What
like,
are you
this
what?
talking about?
level retardation.
I'm like, what personality does Canelo Alvarez have? From the beginning of his career until he fought fucking Plant, he didn't even fucking talk. He says one curse word. Oh my god, he's such an elegant speaker in the English language. Oh, he's such a philosopher. He has such a divine. Get the fuck out
He's
of
so
here.
funny. His sense of humor. He said fuck.
He's a fucking ginger with a Donald Trump haircut whose parentage is questionable. Fuck that shit. Got no motherfucking personality. Meanwhile, Cambozo over here saying corny shit like Sal send me a jury. Nigga, fuck you. Get your money up. Oh, broke ass.
This nigga talking about sell your jury, nigga. Devin Haney, bro. Come on, man.
Dude, like him and his dad, they've been had money since like they've been had money. It's just Devin Haney wasn't making any money in boxing until like his 18th fight. But they don't come from they're not from your standard humble beginnings. They already had bread. So it's like worry about yourself. It's not our fault your fucking parents from Greece are still wrangling with the fucking '08 unemployment crisis because nobody's buying pita chips. Fuck that shit. Nobody gives a fuck what you talking about. Shut the fuck up
This
and sign
nigga
some
post a
paperwork.
picture, or whoever post a picture. I don't know if you've seen it, Cron, but it's a picture of George Kambosos poolside with a lady, and
Oh yeah.
and the caption says "getting jiggy with." No, he said "getting nigga with my whatever." It
Oh
just
my
sounds
god.
weird. Like what? What do you mean
I was
getting
like, I
nigga?
was like questioning that. I'm like, is his girlfriend trying to like troll or some shit? Like, I don't.
They're just ignorant. And that's what happens when you grow up in a part of the world where black people are like 1% of the goddamn population. You just get to get away with shit.
Yeah.
You just get to get away with shit, and no one says anything. No one questions anything.
See.
But
Oh shit. I'm sorry.
no, it's cool. I was just gonna say. I mean, that's what it is. But yeah, just a bunch.
Yeah.
And you notice, our man probably noticed, but you notice that one dude on Twitter took Mister Unifications out of his name, and I'm like, yeah, because you full of shit. You full of shit. You only care about you. Yeah, you only care about unifications with certain people. When it comes to Devin Haney unifying, all of a sudden that shit don't matter no more. So I'm like, stop bullshitting. Over talking about unifications matter, unifications over anything, unification. Tank needs
Yeah,
to unify. Devin Haney trying to
they
unify.
don't want
Oh no,
fucking
Ryan
Haney.
Garcia.
They don't want Haney to get all niggered up with fucking Kambosos.
And
This nigga at the poolside
then
talking
Devin
about.
Haney walks to the press conference with fucking Air Force Jordan 1s and be like, yeah, this fight is going to be a really, really good fight for the history of 135.
But
And
I'm not trying to date Devin Haney. I don't care about his personality. He's a fucking fighter. I need him in boxing matches. Like again, Canelo Alvarez has developed zero personality over his entire career. Why do people like him? Because he whoops niggas' asses. That's why people like him. He whoops ass.
And he
You
looks
didn't
white and he's from Mexico.
precisely. That's exactly why. I'm like, well, what you trying to do? Date Devin Haney? Trying to get his number? The fuck you worried about personality? That's the
Yeah.
See,
same.
what Devin Haney needs to do is to learn how to pronunciate his words a little bit better. And what he needs to do
fuck?
is pull his pants up. How are you going to get a fight if you don't pull your pants up?
Yeah, it's the
You get,
same stupid shit that Bob Arum said about Bud, which a lot of Bud fans conveniently forget. He was talking about he needs to sell himself, he needs to develop a personality, blah blah blah. I'm like, the fuck you talking about? He needs to
you
whoop
you need
ass.
to you need to be like the Negro that left my ass.
Yeah,
Floyd Mayweather.
or you need to be like fucking Timothy Bradley, just start shucking and jiving and saying lots of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, he gave him a 2-piece lemon pepper special. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Nobody trying to hear
What?
that shit.
Bradley got hit so damn
Sambo
hard.
bitch
This nigga
Bradley.
talking about some nigga spit that shit out.
Hello there, I'm Timothy Bradley.
Oh my god. I swear, dude, Provodnikov slapped the shit out of him. He's over. I remember when he was talking about that story. He was like, "Yeah, man, I still had trouble speaking like a week after." I'm like, "Damn, he mopped your ass." And you
And
talking about
That's
Provodnikov
fuck.
was
Nigga said I
whipping his
couldn't speak. Nigga couldn't chew.
couldn't sleep, couldn't chew,
Couldn't swallow none of that shit, nah.
couldn't go to the bathroom.
he said he needs to cut the hip hop act. I'm like, bro, this is not an act, dude. This is what happens when you come from a rich culture. People assume you're Hollywood. It's like, no, black culture is just so rich that everyone tries to imitate it that you can't tell who the originals are.
You need to stop dressing like these rappers. Nigga, what the fuck?
You
The
need to
fuck are they
stop
talking
openly.
about?
You need to stop openly having money and shit. We're tired of
Right.
seeing it.
Put your
We're
money in a savings account. We don't want to see it on Instagram.
Yeah,
or
but we
Twitter.
don't see
like
your
like
money
every
on
nigga gotta
on
walk
social
around like
media.
Andre Ward with no bands and no
And
bitches. Like that's
see what happened to Andre Ward? He still end up getting on some bullshit going on, man. They still don't respect him, man.
is it just me? I'm gonna put this out there. Is it just me, or whenever Andre Ward is commentating, does he or does he not look fucking miserable?
He looks miserable.
He does.
He
He
looks
looks like he looks like he doesn't even want to actually talk. He just
he looks like a nigga is holding him at gunpoint off screen. Am I right?
You should have seen the way he looked at Tyson Fury that day. Tyson Fury was drunk as fuck. And he had to sign the contract for Wilder versus Fury 3 live on the air. He was looking at this nigga Tyson Fury like, bro, what the fuck? Why am I even here?
That's why Andre Ward be giving us nuggets of truth with every other fight now. Because I think it's getting to him. I think he's sick of this shit. That's one of the reasons why I thought he was talking about fighting Canelo, because he's like, shit, bro, I need a fucking bag. I am
He
tired
even
of
said it
working.
in the Wilder fight. He even said in the Wilder fight, he was like, man, shit, dude, I ain't gonna lie, that was a long ass count.
Yeah, just like the Taylor joint. He was like, oh yeah, they fucking them cars up right now. They getting ready. He was like, I see some erasing going on. I'm like, oh my god, this motherfucker. I'm like, bro, be careful, bro. This is a DK fight. You gonna get in the parking lot. Your shit gonna blow up like the Godfather, dude. I'm telling you.
Right. They're gonna play the playback on your ass now. Did you remember what you said here?
He was like, please, I have a family. Shut up, nigga. Now it's not the time for all that bullshit.
I'm pretty sure he listens, to our channels and shit.
I hope Andre Ward do, because honestly, Andre, I talk a lot of shit, but we looking out for you, boy. And I'm gonna keep it real. You look miserable. I understand they force you to say shit.
I don't hate Andre.
Yeah, I don't hate him either. I don't hate Timothy Bradley, none of the motherfuckers. But I understand they force you to say shit and suck Tyson Fury dick and all that. But it's like at some point, I don't know if you're religious, but at some point it's gonna eat your soul until there's nothing left.
That shit does eat your soul.
And then the devil is going to break you.
It eats your soul seeing people that like. I couldn't work around that Wilder versus Fury situation because there's no way you're a professional fighter, been doing this for so long, and you don't see nothing abnormal. What the fuck transpired in that fight?
Yeah, it's bullshit, especially with the gloves.
Like,
I'm just like, bro. So the commission says that we're not allowed to reject any gloves, and also keep in mind this man has like 18 pair of these motherfuckers.
the same glove that niggas ain't never seen before.
Nobody can post me a link to where I get them from. I said go on the Pavan Sport website and find me the gloves that look just like Fury's. I have not received any feedback.
And then they do an interview with Wilder prior to the fight, and this nigga clearly has an indentation, some type of fucking bruising or swelling or whatever inside of his face, and they're not
Right.
saying nothing about it.
Nah, but then Tiafimo doctor just says, "Oh, he has air in his
Air in
lungs,"
his
and
lungs. Yeah,
that's where it's supposed to be, and that's
that's how you know people
realistic.
are stupid because they could just say anything like air in his lungs, bro. Like what? What do you mean air in his lungs? We all have air in our lungs.
No, people not stupid. They just believe what they want to. Just like when that dumbass today said, "Oh, Devin Haney can't even sell out in his hometown." I'm like, Devin Haney. I'm like, Devin Haney is from fucking California, bro. I mean, he was born in PG County, but he claims California. So Paradise, Nevada, is not his fucking hometown.
They from out of town. They not even from America, bro. So they
Yeah,
think we
yeah.
all
These
just
are
from the
people.
same
These are
spot.
people talking shit, and they're not even from here. They don't even know how the fuck the United States is set up. So it's like just learn some U.S. geography first before you go talking shit.
Exactly. But shit, I gotta end this live. We're gonna cook it up tomorrow or whatever the next fight is.
All right, for sure.
Uh,
Thanks for having me on. You have a
yeah.
good one.
The next fight is Berlanga. Might do a fight party for that.
Belonga and dinner rolls.
Yeah.
Generals.
All right,
Yeah.
y'all take it easy.
Yeah. You
See
too.
y'all.